What's up everybody? Welcome into a brand new video. I'm here in Mexico City, and as you know, if you've been following me on social media over the years, the number one reason I'm here is to see my beautiful fiance and to spend the holidays with her. I actually thought about it and I said, you know what? A famous trainer once said, you can win with your favorite Pokemon. You know, the illusion is that there are strong Pokemon and weak Pokemon, and the best trainers win with their favorites. What if I brought a team of all of my favorite Pokemon into the Ultra League? And I just gotta say, the roster is stacked, right? The Pokemon that I used last season in order to get Legend, I actually went from 2,400 to 2,750 with this Pokemon at Halloween Cup. And then I went from 2,750 to Legend with it in Willpower Cup. And that Pokemon was none other than the Guzzlord. So I said, I'll start with Guzzlord and I'll build around that. My signature Pokemon that a lot of people have known me for over the years is Forretress. So I'm gonna bring that Ultra League Shadow Forretress. And I was trying to think of a third Pokemon to really tie things all together, you know, make the team feel complete. I'm gonna bring the Drip Lapras with the bow tie to round out the team, and let's get started with a team of my favorite Pokemon in the Ultra League. As we queue in, we immediately get paired up for a battle against LNDS Marcelo. Let's take on Marcelo here. He's got Galarian Weezing in the lead, which is a massive issue for us. I'm gonna switch into that Drip Lapras. Now, if it is Overheat, it's only neutral because I'm Water and Ice. If it's the Brutal Swing, it's neutral. Play Rough is neutral. But my opponent actually switches into the Drapion very, very late, which allows me to fire up the Skull Bash and take that first shield. The Skull Bash on Lapras is something we don't talk about because not a lot of people are playing this Pokemon these days, but Skull Bash is so OP. Normal type attack, incredible amounts of damage, plus it buffs your defense up a stage as well. So at this point, I'm gonna fire off the Surf here against the opposing Drapion. I need one more Surf, but I'm able to get a full Ice Shard through. My opponent absolutely should have fired a Poison Sting there so they didn't leave completely empty-handed, but it's good for us because it means I'm able to get to another Surf here. I know that I'm throwing on bad timing, but it's because I need Switch Advantage so badly. My opponent gives me Switch Advantage, which is massive. They would have had to invest 2 shields in order to take Switch Advantage, so I'm feeling pretty good about this situation. Opponent is going to fire up a charge attack. It is the Brutal Swing. That second charge attack is still unknown. I don't know if it's Overheat. I don't know if it's Play Rough or even Sludge. A lot of these Galarian Weezing are running Sludge in order to protect them against Fairy types. I shield. It's the Overheat. Very, very solid shield there for me. I'm going to go for the Rock Tomb. This was actually on charge attack priority. So if this Weezing fires off the Overheat, which it does, it means I lock in a Rock Tomb into it. Now, I tried the Shadow Forretress in a previous couple of sets, only I was playing with, oh, it's Greninja, nice. Only I was playing with, excuse me, what's the move I'm thinking of? Mirror Shot. I was playing with Mirror Shot, and it was not nearly as good. So if you're gonna play Forretress, definitely run Rock Tomb in Ultra League. So now that the Greninja is on the field, I made sure to build to the Earthquake just so I can answer for that Galarian Weezing. And the challenge for me is to be able to fire off that attack as soon as I see it. But now that I've got the Guzzlord in this Greninja matchup, I'm resisting the Night Slashes, I'm resisting the Hydro Cannons. If it's Aerial Ace for whatever reason, which I have never seen an Aerial Ace Greninja, then it would also be neutral. So not a big deal. In comes G Weezing, I fire off the Crunch. I do not get the defense drop, however Guzzlord is putting in a ton of work. I go for a second Crunch. Is this gonna be enough to KO that Galarian Weezing? We're gonna find out. Crunch bites down on it, it's not enough. I combo play into the Forretress because my switch timer is up, and I'm able to throw this Rock Tomb for the knockout. So tough matchup, right? Leading a Guzzlord into Galarian Weezing, still coming out on top. This team is already incredibly fun. We've got Avalugg in the lead. Ice Fang Avalugg, another lost lead for the Guzzlord, so I fire off one single Dragon Tail, switch into the Forretress, and I get a Drifblim. My goodness, Forretress is such a strange Pokemon to go up against because it does have the Volt Switch, even though it's a Steel and Bug type. So you would think it's meant to be grounded, it's meant to deal with those neutral matchups and use that Steel defensive type into its advantage. However, because of the Volt Switch, it's a game changer. Then you add on Rock Tomb as well, and you pressure the heck out of Pokemon like Drifblim. So we're gonna fire off the second Rock Tomb here, try to get a knockout, but we get the second shield and another attack drop as well. Heck, I'm gonna shield, might as well shield here against the Drifblim. They do fire the Shadow Ball. They're gonna come in back with the Avalugg. excuse me, I'm gonna fire off another Rock Tomb against the Avalugg. I have the Guzzlord and the Lapras for that Drifblim. So my main challenge right now is getting rid of the Avalugg. Actually a charge attack priority tie, which is so big because it means I'm able to get off that charge attack. My opponent throws a body slam. It's not enough. I get to another Rock Tomb against this Avalugg, which is absolutely insane value from a Shadow Forretress. This is a rank 84 Shadow Forretress, but it's playing like a rank 1. Let's be real. Let's be real here. Coming with the Guzzlord against the Drifblim, I'm probably gonna take an Icy Wind here. Not a big deal. As long as it's not a counter user in the back, I'm in pretty good shape. Opponent comes in with the Gliscor. I'm gonna fire off one Dragon Claw just because it's reflexes, but at this point, you know what's about to happen. You are ground and flying. I am ice, double super effective damage. Opponent sees the writing on the wall and they are out of here. Nice win there. Gonna take on our next opponent, Matt Ponkso, I believe is how you say it. They're gonna lead the Feraligatr, which is very nice for our Guzzlord. I think even if they land the Ice Beam, it's not quite enough, and those Shadow Claws are resisted, so we're in pretty good shape, honestly, as the Guzzlord. Opponent does go for a charge attack. It will be the Hydro Cannon off the rip. Gonna fire one Dragon Tail into the Crunch. This is gonna take this Feraligatr very low, but now that they've hit me with a Hydro Cannon, I don't think I can survive the Ice Beam. They actually switch into Pangoro, and this is a really tough situation to be in. I mentioned briefly a moment ago about fighters being a problem for this team. Yeah, as you can tell, I've got a Dark type, an Ice type, and a Bug Steel, so I need to find a way to take down this Pangoro, and I think what I'm gonna have to do is eat the Night Slash first, get off another Dragon Claw. Excuse me, I get interrupted because they fire off another Night Slash, which is a very smart play by them. And no boost either. I come in with the Fortress here. I'm gonna look for a big Volt Switch down. Even though my opponent only needs 5 Karate Chops to the close combat, I'm gonna shield up here, shield the close combat, Volt Switch down. And at this point, I know my opponent, oh, they have a Fire type Typhlosion. I'm able to switch out and not take the Incinerate damage, which is really good. This matchup is gonna be very close because I know that Thunder Punch really stings. Blast Burn is going to Control Alt Delete my Fortress, and I only have that one shield, so I need to figure out how to win this battle. Gonna go ahead and shield with the second Thunder Punch, throw an Ice Shard into the Surf. I need 2 Surfs here, and then maybe, just maybe, I can combo play with the Fortress for the Rock Tomb. Let's see if we can get that win condition. Second Surf gets fired off here. This is very good for us. Will my opponent pause? Will they wait a turn? I don't know, I'm not gonna wait. I go immediately into the Fortress. They throw the Incinerate, but it doesn't matter because I throw the Rock Tomb, which is going to KO that Typhlosion. In comes a Feraligatr. Last gasp of this team. Gonna go ahead and fire off the Hydro Cannon here. Not a big deal. Fortress shrugs that off. And I'm telling you, this favorite Pokemon team is absolutely crushing it. Each one of the 3 has been very valuable in different ways. I really admire this team a lot. Opponent gonna leave Virizion. This is one of the worst Pokemon for us to see. Obviously, we have no way to hit this Pokemon for super effective damage outside of the Ice Shards from our Lapras. So this matchup is gonna be really tough. This team is fun, but I don't know if I'd recommend it for climbing because it does have some very obvious weaknesses. Being fighting types, being Virizion, Pangoro, Annihilate in particular is really bad for it, but it was really fun for these battles here. So I'm gonna fire up the Rock Tomb here against the Feraligatr. This Rock Tomb will take the second shield. Hold on, there might be an opening here. As we saw versus the Pangoro, the Guzzlord can go toe-to-toe with that Pokemon, throwing the Dragon Claws over and over again. I need to farm something down and get enough energy to fight back against that Virizion. Opponent is gonna throw a charge attack here. This time it will be the Ice Beam, which again, Guzzlord eats that pretty well, only takes about half health. In comes the Virizion. I tried to deny the double kick there, but I don't get the denial. Forced to go ahead and throw this Dragon Claw. It doesn't do that much damage. I'm really not impressed with the lack of damage there. I have to call it Leaf Blade. That's my best chance. Turns out it is a Leaf Blade, which is crazy because I think the Sacred Sword would have knocked us out there. But either way, we get up another Dragon Claw. I'm gonna switch because if I stay, I get double kicked down. Opponent's gonna come in with the Drapion. I'm starting to see a win condition here. The question is, do I Skull Bash, Ice Shard down, or do I double Surf? That's the real question here. For me, I'm gonna go for the safer play because I think that triple Surf might be the way, and I don't wanna take more than 2 crunches, right? I need to save my shields for the eventual Leaf Blades coming out of that Virizion. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the second Surf here. That one connects. In comes Virizion. I get the 2 Ice Shards as I'm meant to, right? They throw a double kick and then the charge attack. And now they fire the Leaf Blade and... What? Dude, what just happened? I just got like skipped over, like I got skipped in line. That was insane. I didn't get my my Ice Shard. If I get the Ice Shard there, that would have brought this Pokemon within KO range, but now KO's my Lapras, and now I come in with the Guzzlord, and we tie! Dude, what is going on with the game? Oh my gosh. Ugh. No time to wait. We have another battle coming up here. We've got Magnezone. They switch into the Dragonite. I'm gonna switch in my Lapras. This is a very solid position to be in for Lapras. However, I need to start budgeting my shields because that Magnezone is going to rip shields left and right. I don't want to take a superpower, but I'm able to Ice Shard all the way down, which is very nice. I'm coming with the Magnezone. Now that I have this energy, I'm able to throw a single Ice Shard into the Surf. And now I'm gonna try to throw another one. I'm able to get 2 Surfs here, which is really nice. But meanwhile, the Magnezone is ramping up more and more and more energy. Now it's down to the red, which is really good for us. If they throw the Wild Charge here, they debuff themselves, which could actually pay off. They do throw the Wild Charge. Bye-bye Lapras, I'm sorry. In comes a Virizion. Oh no. Oh no. This Pokemon was already tough for us. Magnezone is tough for this team. Virizion is tough for this team. I am in real trouble here. Gonna go ahead and fire off 2 Volt Switches and then the Rock Tomb to lower this Virizion's attack and deal a little bit of damage. No shield. I don't know, everybody. This might be a loss. I don't know how we can win this game, to be honest with you, especially because it's Sacred Sword Virizion. So I'm gonna fire off 2 more Volt Switches. Opponent gets to another Sacred Sword, which is really tough. I do have the Guzzlord still. It still has 1 shield. I need to play for the fast move win condition here, I believe, because there's no way I can throw enough charge attacks, right? I need 3 charge attacks. Hold on. My opponent switches in. My opponent switches in the Magnezone, feeds my Guzzlord. Guzzlord has enough energy now. Is there a way to get to 3 Dragon Claws here to win this game? I'm already at 2. I'm already at the second one. I'm 2.5. Hold on. Hold the phone. There might be a way here. Sacred Sword does get shielded. I need to hang on through the Sacred Sword. Guzzlord has so much HP. Come on, Guzzlord. Yes, we hang on. We eat the double kick as well. I just need this Dragon Claw to be enough. 1 more shield to break. Let's break it. Boom. 1 more Dragon Claw. Is this enough, Guzzlord? Come on. You need to win this battle for us. This was almost impossible, and we get the win. The notification pops up on the screen, a little bit of a spoiler, but either way, very, very happy with this team. Again, the challenge was to play 3 of my favorite Pokemon. Guzzlord special to me in my own GBL journey. Forretress is special to me back from the Silpharina days, and Lapras, of course, for my Amor. So I hope you all enjoyed this one a lot. Lots more videos coming pretty soon, so stay tuned.